And innovation usually means that there's a real vibrancy and something exciting going on, and you can just feel that change that's in the air. Creativity often begins with curiosity, and I often say, if you can wonder it, you can do it. So if you can, but you have to start with the creative part. And I like the idea of starting with the creative idea, the concept, a creative product, and then building the structure and the discipline around it, instead of building the structure and discipline and saying, now let's be creative. I'm frequently impressed with the writing and production of the students at Appalachian State University that we work with at the college radio station and at the Keller Radio Talent Institute. It's amazing what they can come up with sometime, and that comes back to letting them just be creative. Don't give them the structure and the discipline first. Let them be creative. Then we build the structure and the discipline around it. Creativity and innovation go hand in hand. Seems like one comes along with the other, and it definitely keeps things fun and interesting, both for the person that's being creative and the people that are benefiting from the creativity.
My name is Marissa Crisco. I'm from a small town in Illinois, and I'm representing the Department of Military Science and Leadership. Creativity is we have to do a little bit of a different approach with the military because we have to follow so many set procedures and standards. So the creativity comes when we're making decisions, because a lot of times the situations are unique. And so we need to have different perspectives and different ideas floating around so that we can assess the problem effectively and make the best decision that we possibly can. My favorite aspect of the program is the instructors. They are extremely well rehearsed in their fields. They come from different backgrounds, and they are really knowledgeable on their subjects. They make it fun, they make it interesting, and they really bring the club together. The cadets, the way that the ROTC works is that each year you're with the same students. So by the time you get to be a senior, you're really close with your class. And so I'm one of 19 seniors that will be commissioning in May, and I love the rest of my class. They make it easy to conduct training, they make it easy to deal with the stress of school. We're all in the same boat and we're all one team, and that really, really helps make it a little easier to handle all of the stress that goes along with being in the program.
I think creativity, what it means to me is problem solving, thinking outside the box, thinking about how to address a certain problem from different perspectives, and then to convey that in some visual way. And for the art department, it's a visual way, and trying to evoke some sort of personal self-expression into that question or into that problem. I hope as a teacher that we train people, that we arm them with the skills to address problems differently through writing, through verbal communication, and through visual language. And working across medium and with other groups is really important in contemporary society. My favorite thing about ASU, it's the students, it's teaching. It sort of grounds me in a way that doesn't. I'm incredibly interested in when people have that aha moment when they figure it out. The students approach things in a very open, dynamic way, and it keeps me young as an artist. It makes me challenge my own ideas. I feel in some way that I'm never going to give up being a student. And so working with students, and as they challenge themselves, they also challenge me in my approach to teaching. And so that's why I came here. And I think that's why I will try to teach for as long as I can. My name is Lisa Stinson. I'm on the faculty in the art department within the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
I'm Shauna Caldwell, and I'm a double BFA major in art education and studio art within the art department and the College of Fine and Applied Arts. I think creativity is a certain force that lives inside of certain people. I mean, I think it lives inside of everybody, but certain people are able to cultivate it more. But I think it is also just a way of being in the world and a way of walking through the world and thinking about things, but also just being receptive to lots of information and opening your heart and your mind in a way that you can take inspiration from your environment and create something with that. I think this space is awesome. I know they used to have pop-up shows there, and that would be a great way for a lot of the art department and art, even faculty, but students to get involved with our community and share their work with people that come out for instance, art crawl.
My name is Oh-Gyun Yu. I go by OK, and I'm from Sustainable Technology and the Built Environment in the College of Fine and Applied Art. My department is like a hybrid department. It's not like conventional, like a construction science department or construction management department thing. So our students can learn a lot of different aspects. So I'm teaching that, so not only just conventional like a knowledge, but also how to apply those knowledge to benefit our society. Again, how do we impact our society in the positive directions? Innovation, how do we apply the applied science for our community to benefit us? In order to apply some knowledge and technology and science, conventional direction would not work in my mind. So we have to have different aspects of knowledge. That's why we need some people working together, like my Nexus project. I'm a civil engineer, but some of my co-PI, their major is like a soil engineers or some forestry, some chemical engineers there. So we work all together as an interdisciplinary team, and in that way we can optimize and maximize our kind of output and our result. So that's really important for me.
Kevin Warner, I'm chair of the Theater and Dance Department in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. Innovation is a word that's certainly not new, but it's a little bit new in its application for me to the performing arts. And to artists, it's kind of a no-brainer that this is something that we have always done, but to be able to attach a word to it that also makes sense to business and industry in the 21st century was a really big deal. And the whole idea of the evolution of 21st century skills just a few months ago really sort of allowed us to advocate for how similar many processes in both business and the performing arts are. So as we immerse ourselves in a creative arts process where we see this process of creating something that's really unique and individual, that has never been seen before anywhere, and starting to attach the language of innovation to it, I think it's particularly interesting for us to take that process that we're so familiar with as dancers and as actors and as designers in theater and dance, and compare it with our colleagues in the other departments of the College of Fine and Applied Arts who are doing that same process in a very different way. Really what we need in the United States and what we're hearing from folks is that they need innovators. They need people who can create something new to carry us forward. And so as we think about our students, even as they're engaged in theater, as they're engaged in dance making in our program, there's this set of skills that they are going to carry with them to apply in many, many different contexts throughout their life. And perhaps they will become a designer, and perhaps they will be sitting in a think tank somewhere in a business or industry. But because of their experience in the arts, they're going to be prepared to do this. And we're really interested in kind of exploring that idea at the Howard Street location with our colleagues.
To me, innovation is the first step towards progress, something new, something exciting and bold. The words innovation and invention are so often intertwined because it's a new opportunity to expand, and in this case, to expand the minds of students by offering new classes, a new space, and definitely for the theater department, a new place to perform and expand and understand what it means to be an artist. And for me, that's something that's incredibly exciting and something that I hope the students and everyone can truly enjoy. My favorite thing about being a student in the theater and dance department is the sense of family that it's given me. When I first came to college, I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to be or what I wanted to do. And when I found the theater department, I found a second home, a new place to call home, new friends, new family, everything. And that's just been the most important thing that I'm going to take away with me from this department. My name is Dylan Brown. I'm a theater performance major in the Department of Theater and Dance here at Appalachian State at the College of Fine and Applied Arts.
My name is Ellie Hooper. I'm studying public relations in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. I'm from Elkin, North Carolina, and I'm a junior this year. I think public relations is so much about being involved in the community, and especially here at a university like Appalachian State, where literally when school is in session, we double the population of Boone. Community engagement is absolutely critical to, I think, making students the people that they are when they graduate. This community has been a huge part of making me sort of the Appalachian student that I am. I've had the awesome privilege of serving as the president of the Appalachian Student Ambassadors, and so a huge part of what I do is talk about how fantastic this community is. Not only the community of Boone, but this community of Appalachian, and just what makes it so special. I have absolutely had phenomenal experiences with the faculty and staff in the department. I mean, just recently I had coffee with Dean Clota, and she was phenomenal. I mean, really the first time we had met, and I felt like we had known each other for such a long time. And that's how it's really been with so many of my professors. They're so good at identifying sort of what students are good at and are comfortable with, and really suggesting different opportunities and different career pathways. I've had just an incredible experience getting to know professors in the department.
Hi, I'm Marianne Adams, Professor of Dance Studies in the Department of Theater and Dance. The community engagement and artists are very much interwoven, because artists also ask help from the community and they give help. So I see it as a reciprocal value. All of us in our varied college, which includes many in the applied arts and sciences, can become insulated and just so involved in their own depth of work that we don't always relate to the community. And so that's one reason I was excited about this new space, because I think it gives us opportunity to be within the community. And so I think community engagement is very important, so that we're not always talking with like-minded people or being with like-minded people. We are in and out of a mix of maybe sometimes diversity and discourse that's uncomfortable.
My name is Madeline McKenzie. I'm a senior at Appalachian State University, and I'm majoring in interior design through the College of Fine and Applied Arts. The IDEX team, there is 16 of us currently working on the space, the Howard Street space, and we are doing a redesign from the original space, which was functioning as a Studebaker. It's really multifunctional for First Friday art crawls, a gallery space. So we're really doing a complete redesign so that that space is really versatile and can be used by the College of Fine and Applied Arts. It really has so much potential because there's great lighting. It's right in the middle of downtown Boone. It's just a great space overall. It has great potential to be really involved in the community, and I think that if we can get the space kind of revamped and ready to be used for a couple of different functions, it's a really great opportunity for the community to get involved and use that space. I love that the university really pushes you to market yourself and to reach out to other communities and get involved, and they do a great job of finding you connections and supporting you through that, and really teaching you how to communicate with professionals and really build your portfolio and just become the professional that you need to be when you graduate, so that you can get a job and have a great life.
I'm Jeannie Mercer Ballard. I'm Associate Professor in Interior Design in the Department of Applied Design in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. Community engagement is important to us in our department and in the Interior Design program. For years, we have served the needs of nonprofit clients and different community partners. And those provide real learning opportunities for our students, and often economically challenging projects for our students, which is a really good thing for their portfolios and for their knowledge of how to work with budgets, boards, and large groups of people making decisions. And I think the new space on Howard Street would be a great use for community engagement, service learning, and projects of that nature, because it would be a nice neutral spot near downtown to show the activities of what design can do for different nonprofits. Providing opportunities for our students to be able to do interdisciplinary work and work on teams of that nature is the best simulation we can have of the real world, and how to work in group and team dynamics, and how to understand how we're coming at things from different perspectives to solve the problems that we have. Why do I like teaching at Appalachian? I love teaching at Appalachian because of the students. We get a great quality of student, a student who really wants to challenge themselves, wants to do better, and wants to grow and wants to learn. The students are really what keep me going and challenge me to think deeper as well. And when that's mutually beneficial, that's really the best thing we can have.
Okay, my name is Christoph Den Bigelaar. I'm faculty in Sustainable Development Department in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. So I was hired in 2000 to teach actually agroecology. It's important to just not only do it in the classroom. Most learning actually happens with hands in the dirt. And so what's kind of like an important part of teaching and learning is to have these practical opportunities for students, to plant, to harvest, to fertilize the soils, to dig the soils. So it's an integral sort of aspect of sustainable development to have the farm. So the present one in Fleetwood is owned by ASU. And so the farm is an opportunity for students to learn, to make mistakes. We can afford to doing that. But I rather have students making those mistakes where it doesn't really matter as much before they actually go out on commercial farms whose livelihood is dependent on things being done correctly. And so that's an important part, as a step up, different gradations of learning that actually happen. Students are really engaged and interested in learning about food and about growing food. I know probably the majority don't become farmers, but it's important even, if they live in suburbia, to have a little garden to grow some of their food. And so to raise that greater awareness about the importance of food and wholesome food, just for society at large, but also for their own health and for the health of communities.
My name is Cassidy Quillen. I'm in the Department of Sustainable Development in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. Community engagement is really important to me because oftentimes, if we're lucky, we come in and leave within 4 years from this area, and sometimes the community can be negatively impacted by students being here, and that's just a reality. And I think it's really important that students are engaging with the community to make sure that we're communicating about what's working, what's not working, also hearing their concerns and the struggles that they go through. And I think that allows for a lot more collaboration and finding solutions together. Right now, as a student studying sustainable development, I am involved in the Todd Listening Project, where we go out for afternoons sometimes, and we'll go out with a survey and just go around to the community members at their homes and ask them if they want to complete a survey with us that basically asks them to talk about the skills that they have, what works for them in their community, things that they might want to change. And so that's a community relatively close to here that we're working with to try and work with them and also come up with some solutions of how people can collaborate with one another.
I believe outreach to be absolutely critical to sustainable development, and I'm really pleased to be part of a department that understands the importance of outreach. One of the things that we have a real challenge with in teaching and studying sustainable development is not to get beaten down by the challenges that we face. And so one of the things that I find really inspiring in my own work and my community outreach is what's happening in the local food movement, particularly in Boone. And so some examples of that is the Sustainable Development Student Alliance that just recently had a campus farmers market. Blue Ridge Women in Agriculture, a local nonprofit, has worked closely with the Sustainable Development Department over many years. I have the pleasure of being on the board of directors, and we just recently concluded a Sustainable Food Week, as well as last spring's Food Summit, something that that we're renewing after a few years. And the purpose of these kinds of outreach events is not just for faculty to act as experts, bringing their knowledge into the community, but to actually be engaging and listening and learning from community partners. So it's a reciprocal relationship. And in that way, we can move towards a more sustainable and just society. And that's what I really see happening with these kinds of events with Blue Ridge Women in Agriculture and the Sustainable Development Department, the kind of conversations that are necessary to help strengthen the local food movement and promote a more sustainable and just local food system. I'm Jackie Ignatova. I'm in the Sustainable Development Department in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. My favorite thing about teaching in the Sustainable Development Department are the students. I find the students to be really inspiring. They are not the kind of students that just talk about sustainability. They actually do things. There's been a lot of really exciting student-led kind of projects. The kind of enthusiasm that went into, for example, getting a campus farmers market going with the Sustainable Development Student Alliance, or various kinds of really creative projects happening in the senior seminar, for example. The kind of internship work that our students do shows real passion and commitment to sustainable development. So I'm inspired by them.
My name is Dan Blakely. I am a graduate student of Appropriate Technology in the Department of Sustainable Technology and the Built Environment in the College of Fine and Applied Arts. As the project director of the solar vehicle team, I get the opportunity to innovate pretty much every day, working with different students from all different backgrounds, making a solar-powered car actually run off the sun and seeing it move down the street is just an amazing feat to see. And so I love innovation. It means a lot to me here. So having an interdisciplinary project, especially in the solar vehicle team, is very important, just to get different backgrounds and different perspectives of how to run an entire team, because we don't just build a solar car as somebody might think from the outside looking in. We do everything, all of our social media, raising funds, so finance, business, marketing. We even have music industry majors who kind of have a concentration in business, so they're able to get that perspective of working with the industry. But then we also have people from physics and appropriate technology, sustainable technology, all working together for a common goal, and it's really exciting to see what a bunch of students from all different parts of the university can accomplish, especially when we have similar thoughts and similar ideas working towards the same objective. We get the opportunity to actually do something, not just learn about it hypothetically. So that's what really excites me about coming to class every day and really learning something new, is because I get to apply it at some point during the semester.